Have you ever stopped to think about what travel is really all about? I mean, beyond the cool photos and the landmarks, what's the real reason we do it? Well, we're going to dive into a simple little conversation that actually unpacks a huge philosophy on why we all feel that pull to explore. And it all starts with this one simple question. It's something we've probably all asked ourselves, right? When you're planning a trip or just daydreaming about getting away, you wonder, what's the real reason I want to go? Okay, so the first big idea we bump into is that travel is so much more than just checking destinations off a list. It's this major shift from focusing on the outside world to something way more personal. Sia kicks things off with a line that just cuts right through our usual assumptions. She's basically saying all that stuff we think travel is, the sightseeing, the famous buildings, the photos, that's just scratching the surface. There's something way deeper going on. And this really lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have the standard idea, seeing new places, which is, an external thing. But then on the other side, you have the big shift, changing how we see. And that is a completely internal transformation. This contrast is basically the heart of the whole philosophy. Sid immediately picks up on this. He gives us that first piece of the puzzle. Travel isn't just a temporary break. It actually creates a permanent change in us. We come back home, but we're not quite the same person who left. And that right there is the key. This whole philosophy frames travel not as an activity you do, but as a process of transformation. It's all about who you become because of the journey. This whole idea of transformation gets wrapped up in this really beautiful metaphor, one that kind of sticks with you. Travel gives us new eyes. I mean, what a brilliant way to put it. It's not that the world literally changes, but our perception of it does. And notice that super important part at the end. We don't just see the world in a new way, we see ourselves differently too. So what does it really mean to have new eyes? It's this new ability to look at everything, your home, your job, your problems, yourself, from a totally fresh angle that you could only have gotten from being away. This idea of gaining new eyes leads us right to the next big point. The most important journey isn't measured in miles on a map, but in the distance you travel within yourself. Sid just nails the idea here. He makes it so clear that the destination itself is secondary. The main goal, the real journey, is all about self-improvement. It's about growing as a person and becoming a better, more complete version of who you are. So, what's this internal voyage all about? Well, it's about getting perspective on your own life. It's about changing your entire mindset. It's about discovering parts of yourself you never even knew were there. And yeah, it's about using all that to become a better person. And this all builds to a final, really powerful conclusion about what we're actually looking for when we head out the door. The journey isn't just about changing, it's about happiness. This is the ultimate takeaway, right here. We're so used to thinking of happiness as a finish line, as some place we'll finally get to. But Sia's point is that travel teaches us the exact opposite. Happiness isn't found at the destination. It's found in the process, in the moments along the way. So, when you put it all together, you get this really clear three-step idea. First, you realize the real journey is inside you. That leads to your perspective being totally transformed, you get your new eyes. And finally, with that new viewpoint, you learn that happiness isn't a place, but the way you move through life. Sid's final line just brings it all home. The reason we keep traveling isn't just to see more stuff. It's a constant search for that perspective, for that growth, for that way of living. It's a journey that really never ends. And that pretty much says it all. The ultimate goal here isn't a pin on a map or a checked-off city. It's about building an internal state of being, one that's open, that's aware, and that finds real joy in the journey itself. So we'll end this by throwing that big question back to you. After thinking about all this, what have your own journeys taught you? What's your travel philosophy?